Korean energy. Happy and good morning. Some people call it Grand Rising on this Saturday. Thank you to each and every one of you guys that support these channels. Those do not know, I am Chief Apostle Samuel Ely Jr. I am the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated, and my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. The ATRs are the African traditional religions by which we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. What's up, my Demetrius Gemini in the house? To each and every one of you guys, I want to say that on this particular channel, I deal with black issues of the heart and also the black issues concerning melanated people. I also do not teach my personal beliefs or practices. I teach universal laws. Universal laws are applicable to each and every one of us, whether we are beginner, intermediate, or advanced. What's up there, my Ryan, my Libra in the house? What's up, Trianda Aries in the house? To each and every one of you guys, I want to say to each of you, thank you so much for your continued support. I do have my patches on. I was talking to Sister Trianda earlier today that this patch also helps me discipline. Y'all know Saturn rules over discipline when it comes down to water and hydration. And I've been going through some things with these patches because one of the things that they stipulate that when you wear these patches that you have to hydrate. You have to drink plenty of water. And so certain times I don't have the correct hydration and I go through the heave and the hold. But I've been drinking water this morning. They have been working fantastic for me, the patches, and I'm very excited about the business aspect. I want to say also to my air. What's up, my love, my Taurus in the house? I say to my air signs, my water signs, and my fire signs, and my earth signs, salutations. I'm excited not only for what is happening for me, but also excited. And if you come in here, please, if you don't mind, sir and ma'am, hit that like button. This is gonna be a doozy. A lot of people that follow me do not understand how dedicated, committed I am to my particular offices. A lot of times in life, you see people carrying certain titles, certain offices that they don't. Alexa, turn off alarm. And certain things that take place. One of the things that is very important to me is that people take my spirituality seriously. And one of the ways that I ensure people taking my spirituality seriously is that I take my spirituality seriously. I do not allow myself to be put in circumstance and situations that dishonor me, that put me in situations where I'm perceived as unintelligent. I don't put myself in situations that things that I say and do don't make sense. There's a lot of people that live their lives quite recklessly. I'm a fire sign. My moon is Aries and my rising sign is Pisces. And the reason why this is important because I'm always enunciating what people have to deal with when they're dealing with Apostle Ely. Thank you so much, Demetrius. One of the things I know my views are going to be up and down. It's not because of any glitch. It has a lot to do with my love of truth. So today's message and morning message is really about people understanding why I have never endeavored to change how people think or their mindsets, neither how people feel. Because I believe in facts, I believe in truth. We are in the age of Aquarius. A lot of people want me to believe that they support me like that. That's not true. People that support me endure hardness as a good soldier. People that support me are consistent. People that are just hanging around, they fluctuate. A lot of people want me to take what they say rather than what they do. I'm not that kind of person. If I want to be taken seriously, I want to be known by the fruit that I bear. And if you want me to take you seriously, I'm gonna go based on the fruit that you bear. All of us, no matter whether we're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, we all have been in situations where people have utilized their connectivity or their proximity to certain people to their advantage. A lot of people that come to my church refuse to understand what's up there, my Boaz in the house. A lot of people refuse to acknowledge me as the leader, especially women that come in my church. A lot of women, especially black women, will listen at other women rather than the shepherd. And what I say to that is, when you listen at what other women say rather than what's being said by the shepherd, then it's not the shepherd's responsibility, because you're not listening to the voice of the shepherd. You're going by the members. I've said oftentimes when people come to my church, don't pay attention to my members, because I got a lot of liars in my church. I got a lot of people that want something for nothing. And so therefore, if you ignore what I'm saying, that's not on me, that's on you. My subject today, this morning, is a really understanding why I'm not here to change people's mind. Why I don't change people's feelings. So I was going through, what's up, my Ryan? I was going through something yesterday with Sister Tronda. She's an Aries. I'm a Sagittarius, but my moon is in Aries and my rising sign Pisces. And in the midst of our conversation, she said that she felt that I loved her more than my biological sister and my 3 biological children. And Mother Susan was on the phone and Sister Monique was on the phone. And the reason why I wanted that level of truth to be said, because a lot of times when I'm saying things, people are saying, oh, I don't understand why he coming off like he coming off. So what I want to do as a Sagittarius is, I'm not here to change your mind. I'm not here to change how you feel. But I want you to understand that the reason why I love my sister, she's my baby sister, is because my sister looks like my mother. And I was always raised by, because I'm the eldest, I was always raised to protect my sister. That was not a suggestion, it was mandatory. So my sister has always been raised up with me doing certain things for her just because she's my sister. I love my mom. I admire my mom. My sister has 2 protectors, my mom and myself. And the problem with believing that and having that mindset is that my sisters don't give her pussy away for crumbs. I have a general respect, not only a love for my sister, but how she conducts herself as a woman. And my sister has a general respect for me. And a lot of things that my sister is doing, she's a sheriff, is because of what her bigger brother is doing. And so therefore she has a career. If you thought I love you more than my sister, you would exhibit the characteristics of things that I love. My sister is smart. I'm going to say that again. My mom is smart. My mom's a Virgo, ruled by Mercury. My sister is Gemini, ruled by Mercury. You see what I'm saying? I like smart people. I've had conversation with my sister, and the only person that, because of my love for my sister, I would stand against my mother when she tried her shenanigans with my sister. See, when you redefine love and you're not talking to the source of the person, the structures that be why I do, because I'm a natural generous person. And so when I heard that, I was relieved, because to me, I'm a Sagittarius. Honesty means everything to me. I'm not here to change your mind. I'm not here to change your feelings. If you think I'm a child of darkness and evil and wicked, I don't have no problems with that. I have a problem when you can't stand on your facts. So when that was said to me, I was trying to get Sister Monique and Sister Mother Susan to understand the psyche, the mentality, because most people in my church go by what they hear from members. They don't go by what I say as a shepherd. And this is why I state facts. My sheep know my voice, and a stranger they will not follow. And because most black women don't actually listen to black men, you pass all of the signs, and you fall for various of opinions. So the reason why I could never love Trironda more than my sister is because I don't respect Sister Trironda. There's a difference between somebody doing what they're supposed to do as a pastor. As long as you're in my church, I'm going to be a pastor. As long as you're in my church, I'm going to be an apostle, a teacher, evangelist. That has nothing to do with love. Me helping you in spite of has nothing to do with a love for you. It has to do with my responsibility that I hold true to myself. And this is what happens when a lot of people, especially women, do not characterize the actions of a man based on the man, and they base it on who they think they are. So what happens is you get into these delusions because she calls me dad. She says my dad loves me more than he loves my sister and his sister and his children, his 3 biological children. This is why you understand why people move like they move. And Sister Trona ain't on a delusional person in my life. But I'm still a shepherd. I don't tell God who to send to my church. I don't tell God what to do. This is why, that's why her mom was out on her job saying that she had a relationship with me. So it's easier for me to understand the psychosis with Trironda because her mother did the same thing. That's her family tree. But the reason why I'm doing social media is because I need to clarify my love for my sister and for my children. I love my sister because my sister don't make me shame. As a brother, Let me give an example. My sister's husband at the time, he always spent really good money on my sister, but he always was trying to get my sister out of the fold, so to speak. He was always trying to get her off of her turf with her family so he could have more control over her. So, because she's my sister. So, what happened was she lost her self-esteem. And because she was my sister and I was her protector and defender, my job in my mind was to get my sister self-esteem back and also higher. So I asked my sister, I said, "Are you busy?" And she said, "No." I said, "Can you go with me and Mrs. Mario to Miami?" She said, "Yes." So while we driving, I'm clowning, Minister Mario clowning with my sister. So she laughing and Kiki, we in a some type of Tahoe or whatever. So she in the back. So I take my sister down to Miami. And I said, "What did he throw away?" And she was very honest with me. Ms. Samara heard her too. But I said, "Okay." He threw those shoes in the bushes and said that she didn't deserve it. So, first of all, my sister is used to men spending real money on her. My sister is also used to her brother spending real money on her. My sister is not an embarrassment. My sister ain't out there at the sheriff department fucking everybody, unlike you. So the reason why I'm saying this because not only I have a love of my sister, I, as a genuine man, a black American man, have a respect for my sister. Because my mother raised my sister. I did not raise my sister. My sister acts like my mom more than I do. My sister loves money. I don't never have to coach her about what to get out of a relationship. We've never had those conversations. Most of our conversations are about her investing in her 401k, investing in real estate. Like those are the conversations, and we talk about foolishness when it comes to the stunts that my mother or family is pulling. Those are brother and sister conversation. I'm not trying to live in her house. I'm not trying to eat up her sons and daughters' food. I'm not driving her car. If you had that type of relationship, and this is what I want y'all to understand why I don't set out to change people's mind and feeling. If you had a mother like my sister has for a mother, you wouldn't be out there trying to misunderstand and misappropriate people's love and affection. My sister and my mom never got into it about a same man because my mom was trying to go with my sister man. But your mother and your sisters were arguing over me. I don't have no respect for that. I don't tell God who to put in my church. There's a lot of reason why I say to people, you can't possibly believe what you're saying out your mouth, because if you believe that, then you will have the same character. This is why I tell people I know who really don't believe in what I teach. I know the people that really don't support me. When people are loyal and consistent and dedicated and faithful, it shows up into their everyday life, whether it's with me or anybody. So the reason why I could never love you like my sister, because no man under this sun has been able to dog my sister. Ex-husband, boyfriend, it don't matter. I won't allow it. How many men that you've been with that you've been dogged by? How many men got over on you? If I felt the same way that I felt about my sister, that would never happen. I don't operate at it. Energy out, energy in. I don't care how generous I am. If Mother Susan thinks for one moment that I love her beyond and above my biological mother, that's not a me thing. That's a her thing. Very delusional, I might add. But no way. I don't care what my mother does. Let me take that back. I do care, but she my mother. The reason why you need to understand that facts matter is because if I felt that way, you would have the same outcome. The reason why I can never love you like my sister has been with the sheriff department, and she's vested. You've had jobs after jobs after jobs. Even as a daughter, I've told you that if you really saw me as your biological father, you would not be having sex with men like that, because I would take a hammer and beat you in your pussy. I understand. My mama taught me, and my sister, there's a difference between somebody loving you and loving what you do. So I'm always been aware of people's behavior. I know who got it for me, and I know who don't have it for me. Your brothers allow men to dog you. If I was your brother, not even as your father, but if I was your brother, I would put the what's happening on the man's ass. That's not happening in our family. And guess what? My sister is not only accustomed to me being there for her, but she's also accustomed to other family members, men in our family, being there for my sister. Your brothers are not there for you like that. This is why you can't comprehend my generosity. This is why you misplace and misguide and mislead. Because if you are accustomed to your parents being parents to you, then you would understand me being a parent, me being a brother, me being a cousin. See, none of this is complicated. When people come in and they see that it's beneficial to link up with certain people, to associate with certain people based off of some type of a connection, whether it's, oh, that's my mom, or that's my dad, or that's my spirit child. This is why when Sister Sharonda went to, I think it was no. She went to pay one of my bills, Advance America. And she presented herself as my daughter. So the white lady she been seeing me for years. I deliver over there and I do business with them. So she presented herself as my daughter. This white elderly woman said, "No, ma'am." And she kept saying, "That's my daddy." She said, "No, ma'am." She said, "Honey, I was born. I was born at night, but not last night." So she ended up telling the white lady that I was her spiritual dad. She said, "Oh, that's more like it. To be my biological child, you would have my looks. You would have my physique. My sister has my grandmother's shape. A lot of y'all think that people really believe the things that they say out of their mouth. Just because somebody's saying something don't really mean that you believe that. This is why I teach universal laws and structure, especially on the day. You can come to any conclusion that you want, not only about me as a person, not only about me in the ATRs, not only about me as on or any level. That's your choice. That's your mind and your feelings. But me myself, I'm an individual, and I'm a Sagittarius, so I take great joy in debunking the statements that people make. I actually love my sister. I love my sister so much that I got her daughter in the business because she worked at the sheriff department, so she don't want to get into the pasture. She'll support, but she ain't gonna get in the pasture. So I brought my niece involved, and I paid the money. And my sister said, "What you do with Kelsha is between you and Kelsha." She said, "If that's what you want to do, that's you." So I've always been a person, because I respect my sister, I never make any moves. Any moves. When my nephew was asking me, he in college, when he was asking me for $1,200, I always check with my sister. I don't do anything with her kids. Spiritually, naturally, nothing. I always check with my sister. Is that okay? This is what they told me. You don't have that kind of relationship with your brothers and sisters. Your nieces and nephew call you whores. My nieces and nephew have never called me out my name. Never. My sister's 44 years old. The structure of our family and our linkage is about respect. You only want to be associated for benefits purposes. And I really personally don't have a problem with that, because I don't do for nobody no more than I want to do. A person cannot use me because I'm only going to give what I want to give. This is why you have never heard me ask for people to give me stuff back. That's what a generous Sagittarius is. Just because you mislead people about the things that I buy for you or why I buy for you, that ain't on me. I'm not here to correct that. I've never slept with you. I've never slept with your mom. I never slept with your sister or your brother. I've never had any type of sexual intercourse with your nieces or nephews. Never. Because I wouldn't do it with my own people. It's not my fault that you slept with your uncle. Y'all do that kind of stuff. So it's hard for you to believe that as a man that I have set certain boundaries. And that's, once again, not my fault. I'm not here to restructure your mind. I'm not here to restructure your feelings. I give out knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. A lot of y'all come around me, not just her, I deal with this so much, and you want to believe certain things. And you have a right to believe whatever you want to believe. That's your mind. That's them your feelings. But when correction comes, when the facts are laid on the table and the truth is spread, now you looking crazy. Now you want to tell people, oh, I didn't believe that. Oh, yes, you did. And I know you did. Because you think that every man that has a sexual organ is out here sexing everybody. I've never been that type of man. I don't mix business with pleasure. I don't need sex to build my church. I sell sex to build my church, but not with my members. I don't care. They, Sister Monique, Mother Susan, and even Miss Mara, they've gone with me on my birthday adventure. We've been in penthouses. I bought Miss Mara clothes when she became a member of my church because Minister Mario do for my mom. Minister Mario do for my sister. Minister Mario do for my niece and nephews. That's why I'm that way with Minister Mario. You're not like that with me. If you can't appreciate me giving you opportunities and you want to mislead people or yourself, when you can never say I've ever said that, because that's not how I operate. I don't have a need to operate like that because I make money. I have sex. I have freakish sex. I have sex like I want to have it. But I don't need to use people in my church to do that. A lot of y'all are getting into it with family members. You get into it with people on the job. You get into people in the ATRs because you're always trying to change somebody's mind. You're always trying to change their feelings. That is not what I teach, not what I practice. If you want to hold on to those ideas and beliefs, same thing about white supremacy, you're going to have to prove that you're superior to me. I'm a Sag. I'm going to go out my way. A lot of y'all sit there and say, oh my God, I can't believe her. No, oh my God, I can't believe you either. A lot of y'all come in disguising yourselves with membership. A lot of y'all come into my life disguising yourself, oh, I want to do business with you. You're a mighty man of God. And all of a sudden now, you trying to get me on a date. You come in as my madrina. Now you want me to fuck you. I don't do stuff like that. I don't care how hoish you may hear me talk about. I have standards. I have principles. I have a way of doing things because I have dignity and pride about myself. That's why I teach. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. Some of y'all, if you really have respect for me, if you really appreciated the things that I do for you, if you're in my church, why don't I want you to win? You keep failing. My sister is not a failure. She's not a failure as a person. She's not a failure as a mother. She's a grandmother. She's not a failure. She's always showing up. My sister is not sitting around here talking about, I'm going to see what my brother going to get me or my family going to get my children for Christmas. She's never been that kind of woman. My sister's the type of woman, if you don't hurry up and do something, she gone. I remember my sister baby daddy was calling her daughter out of her name. And she told me about it. So her daughter was out of town. So I was gonna go with my sister up the road with her because all I do is travel. My sister is not a traveler, but she was so hot about him talking to her like that because she don't talk to her daughter like that. She got in the car with her son, younger son, and she got on the road. So I called her. I said, "Where you at?" She said, "I'm already on the road." I said, "You where?" She said, "Wherever I catch him." She called his mama. I'm gonna tell you how my sister operates. She called his mother, and she said, "Wherever I catch your son, I'm gonna drop him." That's my sister. That's her as a woman, and that's definitely her as a mother. My sister don't play about her kids. She ain't need me. She ain't need her uncles. She ain't need her cousins. Her baby daddies. No, she has not known nothing be fucked up with. We're not the threat. She is. She told his mama, "Wherever I catch your son, I'm going to drop him. You have a nice day." Because that's still somebody's child. Because that's what my mom taught me and my sister. That's somebody's mama. That's why we talk about it just on a Saturday. Because it's about structure. I behave certain type of ways because of the structure that we were raised under. I went to my brother-in-law and I told him what I was going to do with his sister. And I told him to his face, "I'm not telling you this because I think you're going to handle this information correctly. I'm telling you this because I know that if the shoe was on the other foot, I would want you to tell me about my sister." A lot of stuff I do is because I was raised to be that way. Whether I'm in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, whether I'm out tricking, whether I'm out, whatever I'm doing. Me and a couple got into it because we started out in a threesome, and then one of the individuals wanted to start doing solo dolo with me. No, that's not the structure. If we had met one-on-one, I'll bust your back out. But the fact that I met you as a couple, I don't do that. Oh, they don't care. I care. I care. And I'm not coming up in y'all house anymore. If y'all want to play, meet me in the hotel. Other than that, it's a no-go. You weren't raised with those structures. A lot of y'all think y'all getting over on me. It's impossible. I'm smarter than you. When you as an individual come into somebody's life and you start misleading people because you have your own agenda, you have your own desires. I don't have a problem with nobody being attracted to me, male or female. Let me tell you something. Bo is an openly gay man. He's never tried to hide that, but Bo has never, ever disrespected me. Bo has never asked me for a dick pic. I have always been chief apostle. I'm going to say this again. Sexuality or sexual orientation does not constitute disrespect. Me and Bo talk about a lot of things. And I mean a lot of things. And he send me all kind of, and sometimes he send me stuff at certain times. night. I don't have a problem with that. But even in that, it's never been disrespectful. He's never crossed those lines. You're always crossing lines. That's why you see certain aspects of me. Because if I want to be with somebody, I'm very upfront, very straightforward. A reason why a lot of our business relationship have faltered is because I have people coming in pretending that they want to do business. And because they think men in the church are after pussy or ass or both. When I bought you a purse, because I see you like I would see my mother. I see you like I would see my sister, my niece, nephew. I'm good to my niece and nephew, so why wouldn't I be good to members of my church? Who told you to go out there and portray or mislead people? That's not on me. I would never fuck you. I'm not even attracted to you. If we met each other outside of ministry and never had any, I wouldn't look at you up or down. I look better than you in the face as a man. I'm very picky. Go ahead. You gonna turn that out? It's fine. Let me tell you something. You couldn't deal with a man like me. I don't talk behind none of my members' back. It's a tree right here. She helped me. Y'all know I got COVID. I would never talk behind none of y'all back. I don't have a reason to. But when you are doing things, I'm a Sagittarius. I like the truth. I like honesty. I don't care, and I have never cared about people's flaws. I treat people like I want to be treated. If Mother Susan is receiving gifts from me, I took her out, bought her clothes. Because I did not like how she was representing me as the mother of the church. I done bought her shoes, clothes, cigarettes, tequila. She done been in my house. I remember Sister Monique being at my house, and she a married woman. And she was coming down the hallway, and she had on some tights. I did not approve of that. I went to her mother, because that's what we do in my family. That's my structure. I go to the parent or I go to the person in charge. I said, that is inappropriate for your daughter to be wearing that in my house. I don't like that. I didn't say that behind her back. I went to her mother. You need to check that. I wasn't raised like that. I don't conduct myself like that. What people do in their life, in their world, that's their business. I've never had to watch my sister dress inappropriately. My niece and nephew have never been embarrassed of their mother. My nephew ain't never, my sister have a real shape. She built like my grandma. Because let my mom tell it, she built like her. But my mama's a lookalike. But my sister have never not only embarrassed me as a brother, she never embarrassed her kids. You wear things that are inappropriate as a woman. There's things that I've never caught my sister in. No matter what time I've been over her house. You can't make me be something I'm not. I've never been that type of man. I don't care how much conjure I do. My baby Scorpio, we will never fuck. My goddaughter, we will never fuck. I'm just not that person. I'm not gonna go around telling people that we brothers and sisters, godparents and all that, and I'm trying to get the ass of the pussy. I'm never gonna do it. I had somebody prophesy that I was sleeping with Sister Tree's younger sister because they were staying in my house. I said, what? Oh, I seen the spirit that you knocking on the wall. Now, mind you, my son is in the room with her. And the wall that they was talking about was the side of the bed my son slept. So in order for me to even endeavor to do that, I would have to wake my son up as well. Not even to understand that I'm not even sexually attracted to her because she built up like a linebacker. That's what my mama said. There's men out there, gay, straight, or bi. They will fuck anything, any kind of way. But I have to be aroused. And I don't see anything that arouses me. And I definitely am not going to be aroused by somebody that I'm taking care of and helping and supporting. I like what Mother Susan said. Apostle Eda is not going to sleep with his patient. You are patient of Apostle Samuel Ely Jr. He is not going to sleep with you. He already know you off. Why would he sleep with you? He already know your ins and outs. He already know you're irresponsible. He already knows certain things about you. For many of you guys that choose to believe what people say about me and not look at my structure and how I run things, that's your business. I don't care. As long as it don't hinder my prosperity and my success. And I'm still going to deal with Sister Tree. But in truth, she know how I am. If you don't want me to put it on Front Street, don't do it. Don't do me like that. I don't care if you're my mama, my sister, my brother. I bless my own mother. Let her try me. And she know her child. I'm known as a truth teller. So people gonna listen to me. If you don't want to find yourself in that way, don't get in my way. It's really that simple. No, I learned this from Joe Jackson in an article I was reading about advice he gave his son. He said these words. He said, people cannot mess with your character because you control your character. People can tamper with your reputation. When you as a spiritual man and woman are not concerned about strengthening your character and you're more concerned about your reputation, you're doing all wrong. Because truth walks down a lie anywhere, anytime. You can live in a glass house. You can believe what you want. You can feel how you want to feel. When I, as a Sagittarius, execute this facts and this truth, all that shit gonna crumble. I'm not gonna look crazy. You're gonna look crazy. So now that we understand how it's impossible for me to love her more than my sister, let me move to my sons. My sons came out of my nuts. The same reason I can love my sister because of DNA. This is what I love about my children. They are recreations of me, plus their mother. I would stand against my mother, my children's mother, for my children. If I loved you more than my children, then I would be whooping your physical ass. I told Sister Rihanna that last night. If I was really your father, I would beat your motherfucking ass in this house. I would stomp you. Let Trey, let Josh here, oh my shot, let Elijah have ever tried me like that and lied to me, to my face, I'll break their fucking jaw. My children, my biological children. When my son, my baby boy, he don't even fuck with me. He saw me with his grandmother and his mother and his brother in Burlington. And I hadn't seen him for a while. I want y'all to know my relationship with my kids. The fact that you're still living, because of my children crossing me, I will put them in the dirt. My biological children, I would not tolerate. Me and Minister Mario was in the aisle. I didn't even see them. I came down the aisle and ran into them. My son, the Leo, drama. He started showing out. My wife and my mother-in-law and his brother started making excuses for him. I said, sir, I haven't seen you in so long. I said, don't let this meeting, I said, be that I'm a mud stumper you and sling your ass. I said, I would sling your leprechaun ass all over this store. The manager and people that work in was in the next aisle. I did not care. See, if you my child, I will fuck you up. If I'm sick, if I'm in a wheelchair, that's why I understood Marvin Gaye's daddy. I don't care how popular you are there, I'm still your parent. And he shot his ass and killed him. And I told him right down, I don't care what he does to y'all. I don't care how he cuss. I don't care about none of it. If he try me like that in this place, I'm going to tear these people's store up. So if you really felt I love you more than my children, you will have the same testimony that they have, that I beat that ass. My eldest son is a cancer. I whoop his motherfucking ass. My eldest son think that my middle son is my favorite. I whoop his motherfucking ass. And I only beat my baby son twice. I whooped his motherfucking ass. Matter of fact, when he came to my house to get chastised, his grandmother told him to put on 2 pair of pants. I don't care. I play tennis. That's what my middle son said. Dad, it's not fair. You play tennis. I went through them 2 pair of pants and tore his motherfucking ass up. So there's no reason why you would think that you want to be my biological child. Because I was raised where if you show out, that's where I show out. The mere fact that you don't have a testimony that I ever placed my hands on you is a true indication you don't want none. None of my kids have that testimony. Every one of my kids talk about I slapped the shit out of them. My biological children. You're only pretending that you want to be my child. You only pretending you want to be my God child, spiritual child. See, I beat my children ass. I'm going to say that again. I felt that in my spirit. I invest in my children because they are the extension of me. And so, like my mom taught me and my sister, once a parent, always a parent. Yes, I shop for my kids. I give my kids money. And people benefit off of that as a spiritual parent that I am. But if you truly see me as a spiritual father, you will conduct yourself as such. This is why my spiritual dad has the same testimony my mom has and my grandmother has. He talked to me the same way and handled me the same way my mama does, because I actually look at him as my spiritual father. See, when you actually believe something and you're not with the bullshit, you will never conduct yourself like that. As my spiritual daughter, you would never want somebody to think that I was fucking you. You wouldn't ever want anybody to even say anything like that. It should disgust you, because you don't see me like that. See, my children, as I elevate, I'm receiving Oduduwa in December. Because they're actually my biological children, they receive my Ache. Just because they're my children. They receive the same spiritual protection. They don't rule me, but their powers are going to increase as long as I increase, because I'm their biological parent. The reason I have the power I have, because my mother is my biological mother. The reason I'm a natural born necromancer, because I came out of my father's nuts. The reason why I look like my mom and my dad, because I am biological. You see, I have no reason to try to change people's minds. I have no reason to try to change how somebody feels. If you think I love you more than my children, then you have a respect for me. When my son tried me on Facebook, I shut that shit down. And did you see my mother back out? She started that shit with my son. My mother started that. But when I got her ramping and rolling, she left his ass out to the drive, because she know her child. And my mother can try me like that. Can't no bitch on earth try me like that. My father can try me like that. My son said, Dad, I've never seen you melt. That's the word he used. He is cancer. He said, I saw you melt in front of Granddaddy. He said, that was so beautiful. I looked at him. What? He said, I done seen you talk trash to Grandma. You ain't disrespect her, but you talk trash to her. But the way you melt in front of Granddaddy, he said, I ain't never seen you. And you won't never see you. I'll bow down to my daddy. But another bitch, I don't care who you think you is. I respect people. I don't care where they at. If you don't give me a reason to come off disrespectful, you won't have no problem out of me. My mama ain't never ever told me or my sister that a different man was our daddy. Ever since I known myself, my mama used to say, that's still your daddy. It didn't matter whether I liked it, didn't I, that's your daddy. She ain't never tried to make my sister daddy be my daddy. She never told him, oh, call him daddy. I've never called any other man daddy but my father. I talk about my spiritual father, but I've never put no other man above my father. I don't know how y'all rock and roll, but my mother, I don't know kind of mother you got, but my mother has never told my sister and me. She done did a whole lot of shit, but that ain't what she did. She ain't never done that. I can have issue with my daddy. I can have all that. I used to tell her if I was born a fish, he'll love me. If I said, Mama, you should see how he look at them dogs. My daddy was a hunter, and he had a lot of dogs. I say, you should see how he look in them dogs' eyes like he in love. Maybe if I was a dog, he'll love me. She'll sit there and listen at my grievances, but she ain't never said, oh, that you don't have to respect your daddy. My daddy beat me 2 times in my life. And I remember when I was little, I was in the apartment talking to her about him. And he pulled up. And all I know, and I'm being honest, all she said verbally, that's between you and your daddy. Now, I don't know why I took that in my mind, in my heart, that I was going to walk out that door and cuss him. But I promise you, sir and ma'am, by the time I got them words out of my mouth, I saw the top of the palm tree in my mom's yard, and I felt all these hands on me. That was the fastest ass whooping I ever had in my life. My daddy beat my ass so fast, I was confused. I ran in the house and utter shock and confusion. And he did it in my mama driveway on my grandma's road. I just knew my uncle was going to whoop his ass. Because they don't play about me on 34th Court. My mama said, why you did that? Her eye was big. And I didn't even realize. My mama done cussed out people, cops, police, all that. But I ain't never seen my mama cuss my daddy. I done seen my mama jump on my sister daddy, but I ain't never seen my mama put her hands on my daddy. I don't know why I ain't catch on, but I was too late. And he beat me another time because he had told me and my cousin, Darius, he was on the fish creek. He always got these fishing holes. I couldn't stand it. But he had out told us not to get in the water. And we kids. He was on that pier, and we had snuck down that pier and got in that water. My daddy whooped my ass in that water. I had a wet whoop ass. Cause now that I'm older, he knew he couldn't let nothing happen to me in his care. And he would not allow me, because he was not going to be able to explain to my mom that I got drowned. See, when you got certain structures in your life, you don't understand till you get older why you get certain ass whoopings. When I say he whooped my ass in that ocean water, I was so scared of that man. And I would not take anything off of Trey. Let me say it like that. Latravian, Donnell, Jaquez, Ruffin. I won't take shit off of him. Joshua, Cade, Ely. I won't take nothing off his ass. Elijah, Elisha, Eli, them three niggas, you, I'm not putting up with nothing. Try me, and I'll whoop your ass. If you don't want to you don't want to see me in operation at 52, don't start no shit. Cause I get a plane and I will kick Trey ass. I'll take that charge. I will drive to Georgia and I will kick Josh motherfucking ass. Try me. And that leprechaun, I will slap the Skittles out of his ass. Because they are my biological children. I used to ask my mother, why you don't do that to my cousin? You don't do that. She said, because you mine. Motherfucker, you mine. You my child. Don't tell me about what somebody else doing. Because I'm not their mama. Okay. This is why I tell you about paying attention to structure. Bo is the one that coined this term, spiritual boot camp. I always tell people, if you want to work with me, I'm very militant. I don't play. I'm very serious about my craft. Let me tell you something. Why people don't believe I'm their child. I would not allow my children to do the stupid shit I allow you to do. Because you don't want to have me as a parent. You would have never got a chance to do this dumb shit you're doing. I told my children, if I catch you selling drugs, do not worry. Let me tell you something. My oldest son, he used to jump on and beat up on his baby brother. I used to whoop his ass for doing it. One day I told him, I said, Trey, you 18 now. If you put your hands on your baby brother, you're going to jail. I told him that. If you put your hands on my child, I'm going to call the police. Little time went on. They was in the room. He put his hands on my child. He is 18. I ain't whoop his ass. I called the police. He couldn't believe it. I watched the handcuffs. His brothers are watching it. Dad, you gonna let him go to jail? I told him, if you put your goddamn dick beaters on my child, as an 18-year-old grown-up, your ass is going to jail. When the officers got there, he said, I've never seen a parent call the police. I had bought them pizzas, and I'm always doing for my kids. So I bought them pizzas. I said, you want some pizza before you go? I said, do you want some pizza before you go? The officer even said, oh, I tell him, you want to eat? Trey was like, what I want some pizza for? You can get riled like a motherfucker, but you going to jail. Because I told you. Just because your word ain't your bond with your children. My kids know I don't play. If you was really my daughter and you was really my child and I told you some shit and you went against me, I will fuck you up and fuck you up. I watched my grandmother whoop my mama ass, my auntie ass. I don't watch my grandma swing on my uncles. I've never seen any of my uncles or auntie, including my mama, ever bow their hands up to my mother, my grandmother. I wasn't raised like that. My mama talk a lot of shit. And boy, she gonna talk some shit. But I ain't never heard her talk shit to my grandma. She more lippy with her daddy and my grandma brother, which is her uncle. But my mother ain't got no back talk. And she be looking down. I'm talking about my grown adult mother. She be looking. When my grandma going off, she ain't looking at her. That's why I get it. When I talk to elders and stuff, I look down because what I saw my mama do. My mama ain't never looked eye to eye with my grandma. I'm 52 years old. My grandma died when she was 59. I have never seen my mama and my uncles look at my grandma eye to eye. And my uncles them are thugs. I have never come from that structure. So when I see disrespect, I say, you better than me? When my kids show out in school, that's where I show out. When my kids show out in the church, I don't slap the shit out of my children in the church. I don't care. You want the benefits of me being a father because I'm good to my kids. But you have never worn ass for me. And I done told you. I know you don't feel that way. Because I will punch you in your shit. I will put my literal hand on my children. Last time my mama whooped my ass, I was 17 years old. My mama was something else. She would come and find you wherever you at. So all of y'all pretending, and I feel this way about Apostle Ely, and I feel this way, and I think like this. No, they don't. If you ain't seen no charges in the public record that I fucked up Sharonda don't believe we got that kind of relationship. I done told her. You can say whatever you want to say. The way that Sharonda behaved, she been in the hospital. I wouldn't be sending no spirits. What I'm gonna pray for? I'm your parent. I ain't finna pray about shit. I'm whooping your ass. I'm gonna bring the jackhammer. So, I don't do fake. I don't do facade. My children know how to go far. Trey is the only child that I have that crossed lines with me, but Trey ain't never cussed me. Because the hour that Trey decides to cuss me, it's going to be his last time on earth. I can be in a fucking wheelchair. I can be in a wheelchair with IVs running through my veins, but I got money. And I have up under my quilted blanket, my pistol. And when that nigga come in there talking about you mother, I'ma blow his motherfucking head off his body. And be front row at his funeral. And crying and everything. Look what you made me do to you. You done lost your motherfucking mind. Ask my kids. I told my children, not older, younger, if you ever cross me, I'm gonna put your ass in the dirt. That's why my kids always telling me, oh, my dad'll kill me. I sure would. You cross me, disrespect me, you don't want to be here no more. That's on conclusion I come to. So my point of doing this is because if you allow people to mislead you, and you don't look at the structure, the administration by which it's operating, and you're choosing to believe certain things, that's your business. I can have transactional relationship with anybody. The more you mess up with me, the less assets I have with you. I don't I don't stop fooling with people like that. You gotta do something to my mama. If Tree wanna cut her ties with me, go cuss my mama. Go cuss my sister. Go cuss my children. And I will never fuck with you no more in life. And I will fuck you up. Cause I'm gonna defend my children. I'm gonna defend my sister. I'm gonna defend my mama. I'm like, this bitch done lost her mind. But don't worry about it. I'm gonna help her get it back. Don't, mama, calm down. Sister, calm down. Son, calm down. I got this. Cause me and her got a relationship. Not y'all. That's how you can tell somebody believe what they saying out their mouth. You can't look at a Sagittarius and look at his or her generosity and determine that I love you, well, however. I give my hoes gift. I don't love them hoes. Like I said, I give my hoes gifts. And I don't love them hoes. I ain't trying to marry them hoes. I ain't trying to build a family with them hoes. None of that. But I'm good to people. Mother Susan saw a side to me the other day. She took back all that shit she been saying. Let me tell y'all something. If you hear somebody talking about me, and take this with a grain of salt. If you see somebody talking about me and calling me a monster, calling me the devil, the only way you're going to see any of that out of me is that you're doing bullshit to me. You will never see me mistreating somebody that has never mistreated me. If Tree Wonder wasn't doing the bullshit she was doing, she would never see certain sides of me. I'm a Sagittarius. We hate lies. We hate it. We don't dislike it. We hate it. Who don't know that about me? My children know that about me. Don't lie to me. Do not, because your ass whooping is going to go to another level. Who don't know that about me? You work with me a day, work with me a month, that comes across very strongly. I don't like liars. And that's why you'll never come on this platform and watch me at any time telling lies. I like what my mama said. If it's a lie, she told me. If I heard something from somebody else, I'm going to say, this is what they said. And if it's a lie, they told it. That's as far as I'm going. But just get on here and lie and make up stories, that ain't never been my thing. If I say I can do something, I can do it. If I say I ain't gonna do something, I ain't gonna do it. You cannot fault me for being a shepherd. You cannot twist my relationship with you based on me being a shepherd and trying to give you a lifeline, as I love you so much. Apostle, you love me so much. If I love you so much like you saying, you ain't got fucked over by all the men. You would have an education. My sister is educated. My mother instilled in us education. I'm educated and my sister educated. You dumb as fuck. Y'all keep creating stuff with me. I'm not even the type of person. I would not allow my children to have a dumb conversation with me. Ask my son. Let them come to me with some stupid shit. That's dumb as fuck. Just because your parents sit there and let you talk that stupid dumb shit in front of them, that's y'all business. That's how y'all roll, that's how y'all think, and that's how y'all move. My kids keep stuff away from me because they know if it don't add up, they're gonna say something. Because my kids, my children, my biological children, shit got to add up. Because I'm gonna ask questions. My sister is a world mother. When she don't like something her children are doing, she checks them. I ain't never had to get in the chest of my niece and nephew because my sister do not play as a mother. Your mother plays. My sister children do not pay bills at my sister's house. Just like we did not pay bills at my mother's house. That's a structure. That's a discipline that I grew up in. My children have never paid bills in my house. And when they get grown, they never paid bills in my house. And if I go out and eat with my children right now, I pay the tab. When my eldest son got his first credit card, he was itching to use that shit. I said, son, you're going to have plenty of time to use that credit card. But not on me. I'm paying. Your family, your parents are fucked up. I have never my eldest son got financial aid. I haven't spent that. Josh done got financial aid. I paid for some classes that he promised that once he was talking all kinds of sport that Pisces. Oh, when I get my money, I promise you gonna get your money back. I'm almost 53 years old. Ain't got my money back yet. When my eldest son, was loaning money behind my back to his baby brother, and I know how my eldest son is, and I know how my Pisces is. He don't believe in paying. He don't pay me back, and he don't pay his mama back. He's a Pisces. I told my son then, I said, you're not his dad, you're his brother. I said, how much he owe you? And I paid my son back from his brother because I didn't want no confusion with my children. They're my sons. And I know when you mix money and stuff, shit get crazy. I said, stay out of Josh's face. Don't loan Josh. If Josh gonna get something, he gonna need to come through me or his mama. You're not his parents. So stop trying to play parent with my child. That's how I talk to my kids. Some of y'all think I'm rough? Ask my baby mama how I treat them about my children. I told my baby mom she had got my son on his knees and called herself slapping him in his face. I know she was slapping him because he looked like me. I told her, I said, you hear him again. She was living in a house and had bricks on her. I said, when you come home, I have your goddamn house leaning. I will knock them fucking bricks from under that house. I don't play by my children. Some of y'all don't have an idea of what I become by my children. You like the idea. You like the benefits of who I am as a parent. And that's as far as you going. Because if Truronda was that sick that she was unto death, do you know what I'd done? If Truronda was my biological daughter, I would have healed my daughter and found her mama and whooped her mama motherfucking ass. I would throat choke that nigga. He would have had to show me what he was working with. And I was telling her, you're living beneath your privilege. And you done lost your fucking mind. But that day that I saw Truronda in the condition she was in, her mama would have been in hospital if I was a biological father. I would whoop my children's mother's ass about my kids. You don't know me. I don't play by my kids. And bitch, my child sitting up here looking like this, my child, bitch, get your gloves on. Cause we gonna go some rounds and I'm gonna knock your motherfucking ass out. By mine. I don't play by my children. I don't play by my grown children. I do not play by my grown children. My ex-wife is 65 years old. If she don't want a 65-year-old ass whooping, don't play with Josh. If Tiffany don't want an ass whooping about Elijah, don't play with Elijah. Don't play with Elijah. If Tawana don't want me to kick her ass over the canal, don't play by Trey. I will go ballistic on your ass. And that's the biological mother. So, if you ain't got them kind of testimonies, because all my baby mamas got testimonies. That's why they always hiding shit from me. Because here come Cocoa Post. He crazy. No, bitch, today I'm deranged. So, praise God. My biological children gonna receive my outreach. You're not biological. And you know this. You will have a better shape and a better face. Stop doing shit. And this ain't just for her. It's anybody. If you fool with me, don't pretend with me. Because I will get so aggressive. My moon is in Aries. Confrontation is what I do. That's why people are so shocked. No. Because your daddy wants to come for you. I come for my kids. And I don't beg nobody. I represent for my children. They can like or dislike, but I represent for them. Your dad ain't never represent for you, and that ain't my fault. You will have a better understanding of what a parent is if you had real parents. I don't have no, just like I don't have no respect for Mario's parents. None. I love him. I stayed out of it, but on a personal level, I don't have no respect for them. I ain't never had. I have never had a reason to. And he knows this. I'm not just saying this because he deceased. I done told him to his face. I'm going to say it. I speak my mind. Minister Mario, son of Achosi, knew before he left him how I felt about him and his family. Mama, daddy, step parents. And I'm going to do that episode on Facebook because y'all got me fucked up. I'm retired and I got time. I got time to break it down and give nothing but facts and truth. So, no matter what was said, no matter what was articulated, she ain't believe that shit. She done been in the car with me. I told her, I said, you're my real daughter. I slam your damn head into them guardrails. And I called the police and I said, and I will plead temporary insanity. If you was real my child, I'll fuck you up. And the stupid stuff you be doing in our family, you get stupid, we get deranged. That's why I don't play with my mama. I know my mama crazy. Because I'm crazy. I'm her child. And my grandma off too. Because her children off. And I'm just her grandson. But my daddy is really crazy. My daddy is not nothing to be fucked up with. I started hearing all kind of stories about my father. And my stepfather is not even a tall man. I stand over my mama and my daddy. But I know not to fuck with them. I done seen them in operation. The thing that my daddy would do with a knife and a gun, like that man said, nigga, you want to go night-night? Fuck with my daddy. Rest in peace, bitch. All right. Hit that like button. Some of y'all, if you don't mind commenting up on the video so I can have access to it. Because for whatever reason, when I do these videos, they don't really want to give me access to them to the following day. But if you comment on them, I have immediate access. Apostle. My dad wasn't in the military. My dad was a professional hunter and fisherman. When I say a nature man, he got all kind of trophies. He done been in magazines and newspaper. My dad is infamous. But that Negro hand was so hard. I got hands just like my dad. Even when he used to tickle me as a kid, it went from laughing till I started crying. He was rough. My dad was a roughneck. I don't know about a redneck, but my dad is a roughneck. I remember I came to him for some counsel, and he was like, I was having problems in my marriage. So I was asking him, I said, my mom was in the car. So I was talking to him, I was in passenger seat. And so I was like, Dad, I'm gonna have an issue with my wife and blah, 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 telling him. He said, Pete, sometimes you got to put them hands on them. I looked at him, I looked at my mom. I didn't say it to him, but when I said, that's the kind of counsel you gonna give me? My dad believed in fighting. My dad is the one taught me how to fight. But that's how he rolled. He'll put hands on somebody in a minute, male or female. He don't care who you are. I've never lived to hear that somebody whooped my dad's ass, and that's include my uncles on my mama's side. My dad is a short man. He's never wore an ass whooping. I've never heard somebody say it, but besides his sister no, because he would never go there with his sister no. But I'm talking about a real fight. I ain't never heard it. And my dad beat somebody everywhere. But wearing an ass whooping, that's not in my DNA. Love y'all. Peace.